That's what we planting today. But you know what we're planting, so let's get straight to work. I'm gonna build me a raised bed structure today, but it's gonna be quite a bit different, or a little bit different than the one we already got. And I got some wood, my 2x6. I got some more of that compost and manure, and I got me some tarps, so we can go ahead and plot this thing out as we go, and I'm gonna bring you along the entire way. I got some scrap wood, so this is most likely what majority of it's gonna be made out of is scrap wood that we have from other projects, the other raised bed that I built, and just some wood I cut for some modifications that we already have on a previous video that I did. So, hey, look, y'all, always use your resources. Reuse the wood that you got, save yourself some damn money. Again, my big thing on this channel is you can do it too. You can garden too. It don't cost $1 million, and it's not impossible. You know how many mistakes I've made? Hell, I still make some now, but I learn from every single one of them. And I'm here to bring y'all along the way. So come on, let's get on to it, y'all. I like to use this to mark my wood. Here, let me show you what I mean. So I kind of get primitive with the shit a little bit, and you know, you see this corner right here? I'm gonna make a line that goes all the way down. No, there's no pencil. No, there's no fancy tools. And I do that on purpose just in case if you had the bare minimum shit and you had nothing, you can still get the job done. So I'll take it with the saw, right? And I'll make a gash in that bitch. Hold up. Watch this shit. A perfect line. Can they see the line? A perfect line all the way down. Now I'm gonna use my trusty dandy circular saw to cut that shit up. And it really is that simple, y'all. Don't make shit complicated. These right here are straight up game changer in what we're building today. And they're heavy as shit, but I make them look like they light though. And they'll only cost you about $3.98. It's not too bad. It's just, hey, $3.98, $4. I bought a shit ton of them because I figured I would use them in the future, and here we are. Wait till y'all see what I do with these planter blocks. You know, man, that's a good idea. Hey, the Most High gave it to me, so I'm gonna share it with you too. All right, y'all. So it's super simple, but it might blow your mind. And some of y'all may have used these before, and some of y'all may have done this, but I've never seen it. The idea dawned on me one day. I was thinking about how I was finna plant potatoes and onions and shit because I wanted a little bit more depth than the width of this 2x6 right here. So what came to my mind was, I was like, okay, so I have a bunch of planters blocks. I have some 2x6s. What can I do with them? And this is what the Most High gave me. You put two of these shits on top of each other, right? And this is also good if you've never used these before. You don't know what they are. You put two of them on top of each other. Hopefully y'all can see that. There's a groove in the inside here, and that's where you're gonna put like a piece of wood, right? Usually, you know, you put like one piece of wood, no big deal. But I was like, oh shit, I need more depth. So I'm gonna add another piece of wood up in here like this. And now I have myself this much depth of earth or soil to make. And I could do it with even a third one if I wanted to, right? Let's say I wanted it deeper. Okay. Well, that was too damn big. Well, I'm gonna do it anyways. Let's try it. Oh, it's big as shit though. You can put 3 layers deep. You get what I'm saying, y'all? This is 3 2x6s depth of soil, manure, whatever you know, your soil mixture. I thought this shit was a badass idea, and that's exactly why I wanted to show this to y'all. So we're gonna plant some potatoes. I've planted potatoes in a bucket before, or like a grown bag. It just didn't have enough space. Potatoes multiply, so I wanted to give them some room. I thought this would be an awesome idea. Y'all could try at home as well. Again, $3.98 for the planters blocks. And it'll cost you about $5.18 for a 2x6. It's pretty long. You can cut them down to size. I'm not even using the whole length of this 2x6, but the length I'm using, hey man, maybe like what, about 2.5, 3 feet. So hey, I'm gonna show y'all how to assemble this whole entire structure, and you can do the same shit at home for cheap, affordable prices. And I'm gonna list at the end of the video exactly how much all this would cost you to make today if you were to get all the necessary planters blocks, all the necessary wood, soil, and the potatoes themselves. Stay tuned. All right, y'all. So this is what it's looking like so far. As I showed y'all earlier, I'm gonna just put, you know, those planter blocks will be here. Another corner planter blocks. You know, if it was here, corner, and I'm gonna show y'all the whole thing as we assemble. I'm gonna show y'all piece by piece as we assemble. Let's get straight to it. That's what it looks like with 2 of them on. Let's assemble the rest. I'm gonna put these in as well. Takes no time at all. If I could get them in right. And one more piece. There we go. I almost forgot to put a tarp on the bottom. I don't want any weeds or random shit growing with my gardens. So it just kind of cuts all that nonsense out. So we're gonna apply this to continue to build. To add some holes on the tarp for proper drainage. Hey man, you don't ever want your stuff just super soaked out. It's one of the main reasons why people's plants die. They either overwater or they over fertilize, or they don't water enough. They don't realize how much the sun's beating on their plants. A lot of the stuff that's on our table over there, beans that were turning yellow and now turning green again because we took them out of the sun. So that just tips and tricks here and there, y'all. Learn as you go. But if I can help you from stop making certain mistakes we've made, and we've even missed out on a whole harvest just not knowing what the hell we're doing. But we've learned from our mistakes, and we're here to teach you the same. It's time to add some holes to the tarp for some drainage. There it is, the full product. We're going to show y'all the whole thing. Let's come closer here. I'm inside of it. We're going to fill this whole thing up here. Dirt. I'm going to put some powdered fertilizer. Actually, it's right here. We're going to put some of this in there. It says it feeds up to 4 months. It's an organic fertilizer, fish, bone meal, things of that nature. Very good, too. And I did a video on the 464. Go check out my last video on what that means and why it's important to understand that. Yeah, we're going to use some of this powdered fertilizer here. It's personally my favorite outside of liquid. I actually prefer liquid over powdered. I hate pebbles and pellets and shit. I don't want none of that shit in my garden. I want dust, something that's easily soluble, that gets straight to the root immediately as soon as possible. So I did pick up some liquid fertilizer. I'll show that here in a minute. But the most important thing about what we're getting into here right now is we're about to fill this whole situation up. And we're going to count how many damn bags it takes. I told y'all in a previous video, when you think you have enough dirt, you probably don't. Buy some more. So we're about to go ahead and fill this up with dirt. We're going to count the bags as we go. That's that black gold, guys. And I'm going to sprinkle some of this in as we go. That's what you're actually supposed to do when you're making like a new raised bed or whatever, a pot. You want to sprinkle this powdered fertilizer in there as you go. And I would just do that as a rule of thumb, to be honest with you. If it's a liquid fertilizer, I would transplant, or I would fill it up with dirt, do what you do. You know, I make my own soil mix, you know, doing the, you know, just one bag of something or Miracle-Gro or whatever. I don't personally care for Miracle-Gro, really don't. I like making my own stuff from bare bones as much as possible. So this is why we're doing it the way we're doing it. But at the same time, I'm going to mix this in as we go. And I'm going to show y'all the finished product right before we get to plant the potatoes. I'm sure y'all we're going to plant them too. Got some of that fertilizer and just finna mix it up as we go. Alright guys, so we have some potatoes. We're about to get ready to plant. And when you plant potatoes, you want to plant them stem up. I'm going to take these out the bag. I'm going to show you what I'm talking about. It's actually a good thing to, don't be afraid to bury the entire stem. Do so. But let the bulb or the potato itself be inside the depth of the earth so it can establish its root system. And let the stem stick up so it can bury a shoot outside the soil to get sun. So that's the proper way to plant potatoes. I'm going to show you every step of the way. All right, y'all. So look, I want y'all to guess in the comments how many bags of dirt it took to fill this shit up. Now, it's going to be hilarious when I tell you how many I used and what I did when I was at the store when I was buying dirt. But just guess. Put in the comments how many bags of dirt you think this took. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Yes, we use 9 bags of dirt. No, your raised bed don't have to be this deep or big. But I want a lot of potatoes, man. So I want my potatoes to have space, do what they do. I bought 3 separate bags of them. We're getting ready to plant them, but I wanted to show y'all how many bags of soil we use. I told y'all to guess. I wonder what y'all actually put in the comments. I'm curious to see what y'all say. But yeah, we use 9 bags of dirt on that one. Most of those, all those bags, again, once again, are $3.68 a pop. So do the math on that, like what, like a little less, a little over 30 bucks for 9 bags of dirt is actually not bad. It's actually a lot of dirt. You can do a lot more than even what we're doing right here. But potatoes, I want to have some depth of earth, so that's why I made it as deep as I did and as square as big as I did. So let's plant these potatoes, y'all. All right, y'all, this is the top-down view. I made my little holes, and we're gonna plant each one of those. Potatoes really don't give a shit about a bunch of space. One another, they grow in clusters anyway, so you don't have to be worried about that stuff. This is what your potatoes look like when they sit in the damn cabin too damn long. You wonder what the hell is going on. You throw them bitches away. Don't throw them shits away. Plant them shits. I have put fertilizer all up and through this garden bed, but I'm personally going to sprinkle a little bit of fertilizer in each one of these holes, just to make sure we ain't lacking on the nutrients this fertilizer is supposed to feed it to 4 months. And we're going to manage and take care of these potatoes as we go along. I'm going to show you each step of what to do while your potatoes are growing and just how to take care of your potatoes in general. So I'm going to just sprinkle a little bit, not too much. It's really not really a lot. And I'm going to go ahead and sprinkle some up in there like this. I'm going to plant him down here like this right here. And it's completely okay. Cover his ass all the way up. That's what you should do. But you're going to want to make sure that his stem is facing up like you just seen. And this soil is already, oh shit, y'all. Already wet, but I'm going to just wet it up anyway so the potato itself is dry. And that's how we're going to do each and every one of these holes. And we'll be back in a minute when it's fully done. And yes, it's okay if your stem on your potato is sticking out the dirt a little bit. That's not a bad thing. It's just said to be more beneficial if it's fully buried, but don't worry if it's sticking out a little bit like that. And just so y'all know, I know this one doesn't have a bunch of stems like the other ones did, but I would plant these with the most stems on whatever side of the potato that has the most clusters like this. Plant that facing up. And, you know, that's how I would go about doing that right there. If you're confused about which way do I plant it, just plant the side up that has the most bulbs. Or most clusters, my bad. This one is even a better example of plant the cluster side up. So you're noticing all the clusters are on this side here instead of on the bottom. So plant this potato up like this. All right, y'all. So we planted us some potatoes, and it was fine. It was great. It was excellent. But the only problem is y'all gonna have a freaking dirt. It's like I said before, if you think you have enough dirt, you probably want to buy some more. Unless you have your own compost, actively making your own compost, which you got videos of that coming soon as well. If you're going to buy dirt, buy more if you can afford it. But look, we're going to plant potatoes and onions and transplant some cucumbers, but we're going to have to get some more dirt. Hey, it's all about balling on a budget, y'all. So look, I'm going to have everything on screen here in a moment. In this next clip of what everything costs. Wood-wise, planter block-wise, seed-wise, everything, so you can know the full total price of how to get started even today. And I have winter stuff coming soon. The summer only lasts so long. People want to plant in the winter. I'm going to show you what crops to grow in the winter, and I'm going to show you some witty little makeshift things you can do to make sure if you are planting warmer crops, that you can plant them in the winter and still get a harvest. So, hey, look, y'all, with all that being said, the House of Shuv is officially out, and I'll see you in the next video. All right, y'all, so let's break down the cost. The compost manure by Evergreen that you see in the clip here will cost you about $368, and the Black Cow will run you about $648. That's the yellow bag you saw in this clip. And to move on to how much the planter blocks cost, it'll run you $398. And the 2x6s, as I've told y'all before, will run you $518. And here are the potatoes. That'll cost you $396, as you see on the bag. It'll run you about $4, no big deal. And here's the deal too, y'all. Food ain't getting no cheaper. It's only going up. Why keep buying potatoes if you can grow them in a confined space? It's simple. It's not that hard as you see in the video, and it's very doable. So go pick you up some potatoes and do yourself a favor and eat from the fruit of the labor of your own hands, y'all. Last and certainly not least, we have the fertilizer that I use in the video. I really like this fertilizer. It's only run you about $10. That's it. It was actually on sale. The original retail price is $12.99, so that you can expect to pay about $12.99 for that. $13, round up, right? And that's really all that it's gonna be. So I'm gonna put on screen here now of the total price of everything it cost me, the grand total of what it cost me to make the potato bed. As you can see, everything I've used in this video is here on screen. For the most part, only thing I did not put in here is a tarp, and I'll put the tarp price here in a second. But everything is real simple and straightforward, y'all. I'm gonna give the grand total of everything of what exactly it cost me here in just a second. So here's the cost of the tarp. It's not very expensive to run you $3.49. You go buy them at Walmart, man, you pay a hell of a lot more. And actually, I got that tarp at Harbor Freight, and they have an inside track club. I think I bought like 8 of them for $1 one day. Get your Harbor Freight membership. You will not regret it. But yes, guys. It does say 74.20. I do want to explain what I mean by cheap. This is not a trick thing at all. This stuff really is cheap. Look, you can cut the cost of that down in half. I bought a whole bunch of planters blocks over time. I knew I had bigger projects I wanted to do. And the dirt by Evergreen is pretty cheap. If you're looking to plant simple stuff on a much smaller scale, you're just getting started, I would highly recommend going that route. Yes, if you don't know what to buy, or you buy whatever, or if you think more expensive is better, it's not always true at all, guys. Look, you can buy two 2x6s, and it'll run you $10. You can buy 2 or 3 bags of dirt, it'll run you $10. And you can go ahead and buy you some seeds. Might cost you $5. Man, $25 to start a garden ain't nothing, man. And the planters blocks are optional. The wood screws that I showed in my last video cost you $1.25. Hey, look, they're just cheap. And the planters blocks, I would say, is an investment. You can use them for a plethora of things in the future. I wouldn't sleep on them. I really would get them if you're looking for something to just make a raised bed real quick. Look, it's real simple, easy, quick, fast, and it's not hard, y'all. Every single thing that I've listed in this video, you can really make that number smaller than what I have on screen. Again, trust me, y'all. Hear me out for a second. I have 7 children, y'all, and I have a big family. I pay rent, car payment like everybody else. And there's sometimes I don't know how the hell I'm finna pay X, Y, and Z. But the Most High always comes through for me and always provides me a way to do what us as a people was meant to do. Garden. Look, y'all, if y'all want more content like this, give me a like, comment, and subscribe. So much love has been shown this week. We've gotten subscriber after subscriber. Road to 100 subscribers. Man, we're going to throw a little channel celebration when we hit 100. But really, the ultimate goal is I'm trying to get to 1,000. I want to do live streams, y'all. Push that like button. Press that comment section. And be sure to give me a subscribe, y'all. I will see y'all in the next video. The House of Shoe is officially out.